Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Whiteboard Wednesdays with Vanna. And we're carrying on with our discussion around reintroducing Pure. And for that, we have obviously Ant and Dan joining us. Really great to have them on the show and to be able to pick their brains about what is making Pure, ticking on, going forward, and continuing to be that innovative trendsetter that started everything more than a decade ago. So we've covered a few topics already, but maybe today we're going to talk a little bit. In the previous episode, we started talking about subscription. We know, as partners, we're very familiar with the evergreen model, and it was revolutionary back in the day, right? And it's still very relevant and
even more so today. Yeah,
absolutely right. And in a world of subscriptions everywhere, it's something that's still quite intriguing. So perhaps what we can do is delve into that, understand that a little bit. How does the technology and the commercial come together to create such a unique offering?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll first start with the congratulations on your 10-year anniversary coming up in a couple of months.
Thank you very much.
Really looking forward to the day. So that's
almost teenagers.
Almost teenagers. Exactly. We still love our mommies here at this age, so we're good.
I'll share a funny anecdote with you. One of the first one of the first lives I changed, I like to call it that, with a net new logo that me and Dan actually onboarded in the early days.
Yeah.
The CIO said to me, "You know what, Ant?" After explaining Evergreen to him about 8 times, he said to me, "You know what, Ant? You're asking me to jump off the cliff with the blue-haired teenagers of the industry." I'm very proud to say we are teenagers now. So we're not 8 years old or 9 years old anymore.
Yeah.
But the fact that 5-6 years ago that specific customer chose to believe in us, happily today still,
Still running. Right?
driving probably one of the larger, I don't know what sector you would put this customer in, but manufacturing slash, well, I don't know what you would call it, but
industrial side of things.
yeah, 100%. Where uptime and servicing trucks at 1 o'clock in the morning is relevant to them, or not even relevant, mission critical to them, So to have a platform that is driving all of those things where you are assured of its longevity was to a point unbelievable.
They don't believe us.
Yeah, they don't believe us.
And I mean, even today, I mean, we've had this discussion so many times. You get to somebody who's maybe not as familiar with the Pure brand and the technology, and we just had a first discussion with another potential Pure customer, and they're going, what? And they've been on, it's not like they're not they don't know Flash or they don't know storage or anything, and they're going, we don't have to, disrupt our migration or jump from one new box to another new box, and it's a remigration, and you're going to charge us services to do all that.
So there's a cutoff.
So imagine, so imagine that, right, in the block space, where, or let's say the mission critical space, SQL, or anything modern at the moment, it's what's big, a petabyte. It's quite big, right? For a database, where Evergreen has changed over the last, not changed, it's changed their lives over the last 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
Imagine having that same conversation with a customer that's got 20 petabytes of spinning disk, where he never has to do.
I just don't want to know the Powerball, man, of 20 petabytes of spinning disk.
He never has to do a data migration again for 20 petabytes.
Yeah.
And it's that, if you remember in the first episode, that dream becoming a reality of all data being a first class citizen with the DFMs that we make. It's not off the shelf commodity DFMs, right?
Yeah.
So because those are inherently not the most efficient.
Mass produced, right? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We took a hardware software co-design and we make our own, right? To the point where we can drive the density requirements, the density efficiencies, where we've publicly announced where we see it going. And it is game changing.
Yeah.
It is really game changing for those big spinning Rust deployments.
Yeah.
Where you bring in subscription and Evergreen and never have to do a data migration again. It's tangible, really tangible.
Let's go into that Evergreen. I mean, let's kind of give the audience a bit of just a basic. What is it? What is
it? One of my slides that I always use, I have either a hamster or a cat on the wheel. In a GIF, or GIF. Is it a GIF or GIF?
GIF. Tomato.
Yeah, but in a GIF.
Yeah.
And we take that poor hamster out of that continuous cycle. Okay, so we touched on it earlier. Traditional IT is stuck in this loop of buy,
Depreciate.
use, depreciate, size for the new, rebuy, throw away old.
And do a data migration.
And do a migration. Some sort of migration happens with a little bit of downtime, professional services costs, and risk. Some risk in the movement of the data.
Any change,
any sort of change in enterprise. So Evergreen is not just a commercial business program, right? It's also underpinned by the technology. So the flash array is built around, and even the flash blade is built around non-disruptive everything.
Yes.
Right. So you can change drives. You can move from SAS. You know, when we first came out, we had SAS shelves that were not ours. You know, controllers that were not were a different manufacturer.
I mean,
that's and those customers that bought that technology were able to move to our hardware, right? Non-disruptively. New chassis.
We did many of those.
New controllers.
And data staying in place, never having a migration. So, and that's one of the core tenets is everything that we do, any technology that we bring must be evergreen. The customer must have a path to adopt that technology at some point when they need it, not being forced to do it, but when they need it.
And also not held ransom to it.
Yes.
You inherit this technology because you've partnered with a innovative, organization, and you're not using that as this is what we give you. Is that access to tech?
And evergreen is the gift that keeps on giving. If you're on evergreen forever, it is investment protection. It is a long-term return on investment, and allows you to, some of the best compliments I've ever gotten are sort of off the cuff, like, we installed the Pure and I haven't touched it in 6 months.
And
that's good. That's amazing.
And we've got mutual customers, right, that are 8 years old, that have done eight technology refreshes, intergenerational capacity consolidations, while never paying for the same terabyte twice, while never paying for the same performance twice, while never having to do a data migration, while
their business is growing as well. The business never stays static. Right? It never what you sized for in year 1 is not what you have in year 4. And the platform has adapted accordingly.
And to do that in in such a repeatable fashion. And we're not talking, we're talking big technology changes, massive multi-step procedures to swap over to new technology. And this is done non-disruptively. Right. It's a feather in the cap for not only the teams who are executing on that, but the technology for being able to, deliver that level of.
And I mean, one of the slides I like to use is to go back to Dan, is typically seen as a slide where we improve TCOs and we lower ROIs and improve lower TCOs and improve ROIs. That's real for Pure. That is real. In 20 minutes, we are able to show real world examples, real world scenarios, real world instances of where that is real. Right, keeping a platform for 10 years, no issues. Driving longevity. Once the asset's depreciated, you never have to rebuy it. And I use the word asset there, where it's to the point around cost center, where it's sometimes not seen as that, right?
No, exactly.
Where we make that, right? We do make that.
Technology stays relevant for
100.
And we had an example of that with you guys at a customer June, July this year. Where they made a massive change.
Absolutely.
There were four weekends where all 3 organizations got together over a long evening or whatever.
You're going to say beer?
No, afterwards when it was like woohoo. But I mean, I think the customer actually used it, and I just expand on it. But basically, we had 2 cars on a highway doing 200 k's an hour. One car is packed with passengers, and it's redlining, and it's packed with passengers, and it's got baggage, and the passengers are the users, the baggage is the data, the car is the chassis, the engine are the controllers, etc., etc. And next to it rolls in, this next generation, AMG or whatever it is, V8 or whatever, and at 200 k's an hour, it's barely doing a 3,000 RPM, right? It's like, this is easy. Okay? And then we basically moved
all of that,
the users across. We moved the data, the baggage across. We changed the engines out. We changed the controllers, and we gave them more space, more interior luxury, and and we did it without anyone knowing. Okay.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Magnificent.
Okay.
It's absolutely magnificent.
While production is happening with no downtime, we did it 4 times.
Yeah.
And yes, technology is technology, and people are part of fixing those issues. And we got together and we fixed it as a team, which I'm very, very proud of. To see the collaboration between our organizations and the customer as well.
Absolutely.
And the result is, that customer now at 300 k's an hour.
Yeah, and they've experienced the power of technology subscriction, what Evergreen gives you.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I think it's something that is core. If you're going to be doing a reintroduction to Pure, then this is one of those
it's a key
tenants that you want to make sure is front and center.
It's a key
to that.
Key technology, key program, where we protect the customer experience and we protect the customer's business.
Because we understand the customer's perception of value, and those elements are always there.
Absolutely.
To look after them. Right?
And I'll wrap it up with the constructs of our architecture. If you consider all of that, and we built Evergreen from the onset, Evergreen Forever from the onset, with anything as a service, becomes really easy for us to build. Because we can take you from X to Y, from that capacity to that, from that capacity to that capacity, from that performance to that performance. It's non-disruptive all the time.
SLA driven.
Here's your cost per terabyte. And we've taken it a step further by introducing something in the middle where you have, I will pay for the serial number, but I want to subscribe to the capacity.
Correct.
Capacity on demand.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's what that's where the value is. We're bound by these financial constraints, but you found ways of being of getting around those. They should not be inhibitors.
Absolutely.
We don't need something that is a procedural inhibitor to dilute value. Right? I mean, and that's what Pure does. So, guys, once again, thank you very much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
Really, really great. We've had a great 3 episodes with you. Appreciate your time that you've made for data sciences and to be here. And
the best gets better. Pure Storage, the company ranked as a leader in primary data storage every year since 2013, offers Evergreen subscriptions. With our subscriptions, you choose how to purchase your data storage, and with Pure One Cloud, how to manage it. By combining the evolutionary Evergreen architecture and the Pure One AI Ops control panel with flexible commercial models, we've created the most comprehensive portfolio of subscriptions available, including Evergreen One, a storage-as-a-service subscription with a cloud approach to your data. Evergreen Flex, combine hardware ownership with consumption economics based on capacity utilized. Evergreen Forever, buy now with continuous hardware and software upgrades. These subscription services come with advantages unique to Pure Storage. Our SLA guarantee is unmatched, and it's backed by Pure's white glove support. Just leave your worries to our experts. When you upgrade with Pure Storage, there's no disruption with 0 downtime and no data migration necessary. For years, Pure Storage has been a proven provider of uncomplicated, innovative, and sustainable data storage to organizations like yours, saving you time, energy, and space, helping you meet your business and IT needs. Plus, Evergreen Subscriptions adds financial flexibility and operational agility to your data storage, driving alignment between your IT and business strategies, helping you grow your business at your pace. Let the choice of Pure Storage Evergreen subscriptions uncomplicate your data storage forever.
please don't forget to like, share, and follow our LinkedIn page.